my name is Darling, founder of FrontRow Digital, and I'm here today with Jamie Reitz, owner and founder of the House of Reitz. And today we're going to be talking about some social media topics and really diving deep into her own business practice, because we really love the way she structures her digital outreach in the community. Now, I'll pass it on to Jamie so she can introduce herself a little bit and kind of give us some background as to what she does.
At House of Reitz, we really specialize on selling people back nostalgia. We'll take pieces that have been damaged or deemed not in style anymore and either give them an updo to where they are more relevant. We'll fix them, like if there are dovetail drawers that are broke, we'll fix those so that pieces from the past can still be used today in the current setting. I really like it because we'll take heirloom pieces that most people are like, this does not fit at all into my aesthetic of my home, and we can take and make it into something completely different. We also sell a paint line that we use to do this with, and the reason I get behind this paint line is if you ever want to go back to the wood look, you just sand it off. It doesn't require chemical stripping or anything like that. Yeah. So we really are in the habit of giving people their grandma back, is I guess the way I like to describe it, because there's a whole lot of grandma chairs in here, and people love that. I had asked a girl, we sell these wingback chairs, and they are always, what is it about these chairs that you love? I know why I love it, but why do you? And she told me that when she was sick as a kid, her mom would drop her off at her grandma's house, and she'd wrap up in one of those old Afghans, and it was the most comfortable place to be. And I'm like, that's exactly what it is. A lot of us have lost our grandmas, or they're not in the same condition that we remember them as a kid. Oh, yeah. And it gives you that sense. So a lot of times we're just able to give that back to people.
Yeah, exactly what Jamie said. And if you look around us, everything in this store was made by her. Everything is refurbished, and everything just looks great. It has such a great vibe and such a great experience that this is actually why we actually wanted to connect with her, because we actually came in here for job prospecting. We came up one day about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
About 3 months ago, we were outreaching and prospecting, wanting to connect with business owners, and Jamie was you were pretty much one of the most perfect job owners that we've ran into here. Yeah, she just has a great vibe and a great feng shui going on around her store, but one thing that we really appreciate is how she utilizes social media. Right, we think this is how it should be utilized, and so today we're going to kind of talk about some of the tactics and some of her own perspectives on what social media means as a business owner and kind of why it should be important. Yeah, so are you? Let's get on to the questions.
Sounds good.
Let's get on to it. So, how long have you been in business, and when did you realize that social media was kind of picking up as far as House of Reitz?
We opened our first location just this past September. We were still in this building, but we were around the corner in a little 500 square foot shop is all. And honestly, our Facebook page, the reason people sign up for it is it's messy.
Yeah.
We put it all out there, and we are who we are. Honestly, this is as dressed up as you'll probably ever see me. Usually my hair's up and I'm full of paint. I'm on the floor underneath antiques. So, but people really signed up for it. And the more exposure we got in the community once we finally opened our doors, because we were doing contract jobs, as we were teaching ourselves and learning how to do this. We were really, it started to grow then. But once we had a platform where people could actually come in and see what we did, it started to grow. And we're such a different business model on our Facebook page than most places. Because, I integrate blogs. People know us through our Facebook page because we put it out there, stories about what happens in our life. And people really like that. When I make a mistake on something, you see it, and we laugh about it.
You do a really good job of keeping things real. Like, especially on your Facebook page, we talk about the engagement and the rate at which people are interacting with your stuff. you know, and I think we could come down to that, like, you keep things real. The content that you give out to your audience, that's what is relevant. That's what is needed. It's not just clickbait.
Sure.
It's a lot of valuable content.
Well, I will say I can pinpoint when I knew our social media was we were on the right track. And it was, we like I said, we just had opened in September. Another small business had reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to do this shop hop on Small Business Saturday. You totally need to be a part of this, da 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 da. And so I was like, this is great. You know, we should sign up for this. You know, a lot of people don't know who we are yet. And then we were doing a delivery in Western Nebraska, and I see they announced the shop hop, and we weren't part of it. And so when I reached out, going, did I miss something? What happened here? And she said, another shop owner had said, we couldn't be a part because we were north and nobody would come. We were in the ghetto. Wow. And I said, oh, okay, well, your loss. And that was when we found out. We started our social media for Small Business Saturday. And we found out in our tiny little shop, we could get 35 people in the door before the line started outside. We literally sold our entire shop out by 4 o'clock that afternoon. There was nothing left to buy on Small Business Saturday. Wow. And it was because of our social media. So I often wonder, are you sorry now you weren't part of our shop hop? Because if you know somebody who knows how to do social media, it's a game changer. And it only benefits anybody who you tag or you're with. And a lot of businesses don't understand that. Like if you marry yourself up with somebody else and you mutually tag each other, you would have grabbed all my followers because I have some diehards.
Now listen, she just gave you, Jamie just gave you one really good, really outreach tactic, and especially is tagging people, tagging the members that you're working with, tagging the people that you're with, because it's a part to let your two fan bases know that, hey, this is kind of what we're doing, this is kind of what's going on, and it pretty much just brings together both your communities and it brings about better results, right? It lets you know it's a full transparency within your community and your partner's community, because it kind of just lets the whole community know that, hey, we're working together and this is what you should be expecting. So yeah, that was a really good tactic.
So after Small Business Saturday and the success we have after our online campaign for it, which really wasn't that much, we were approached by our landlord that said, this bigger space opened up, you guys should really think about moving over there, because it's, you know, you'd be able to work during the day on pieces and have a bigger showroom, because turning the shop over every week was really hard because we'd have to find all new inventory. You know, there wasn't a lot we could fit in over there. So once it was gone, we didn't have a backup space to hold it. So, so within 2 months, we already had to expand our business into a size 3 times the size of the location we were in. And that was thanks to our social media.
Yeah. Now you kind of focus on Facebook and you get a lot of customers from Facebook, right? What are some of the businesses on Facebook right now as far as the business Facebook pages? What's one piece of advice you can give them?
The biggest piece of advice is you can't post once a week or once a month and expect it to grab anybody, because I that is one mistake I continually see some of the other businesses in town do, is they don't understand it, you know, they're so focused on mailings or an email list.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, that's so much work and so much money. By the time you're put into postage, Facebook's free.
Yeah, the conversions aren't even that high with email marketing, because when I started out with the digital agency, email marketing was one of the services we offered. But as you'd realize, the digital field changes so fast, and now it's not really. Email marketing isn't as important as what it once was. When you have things like messenger automation, you can still build up that subscription list, because that's essentially what you're trying to get at. Build up a subscription list to essentially advertise to more people, market to more people. Email marketing is not as good as it once was due to the low open rate. And so yeah, you're definitely right on the money with that. It's not it's not the best practice you should be focusing on.
There are other businesses I had helped with social media before that they would get real hung up on a mailing list because their clientele were older, and they were saying, but you know, I have yet to find that they'll come in twos a lot of times, these older ladies, which is awesome. And one of them has a Facebook page, always. And they'll say, you know, give me your card so I can actually look it up when I get home. As long as you have a card with your Facebook page on your card, you're going to grab them.
Yeah.
Especially when you say, you know, you post your new inventory weekly, or if we get a piece in that I'm going to rehab back to life, people sign up for that because they want to watch as the process goes along. And then a lot of times those pieces are sold before I'm even done with them.
Yeah, nice. Another topic I'd like to touch on is just your blog content, right? The content that you put out on your Facebook page. I understand you used to have a separate website for your blogs.
Yep.
Now you kind of put the full content for your viewers on Facebook, and it's doing wonders, right? And so here's the question. Do you think that it's helpful to put out a diversity of content as far as just your business page goes so your audience doesn't get bored? Or what are your thoughts?
100%. The blog has made all the difference. And I did used to have a blog under our website that would post a link to our Facebook page, but the feedback I kept getting was is that, you know, either the site was down or what do I click on, and once I was there, which one am I supposed to look for? And if they wanted to leave feedback or they wanted to try and share it, it was next to impossible. And so I just started blogging right on our page.
Yeah.
And
just
yeah,
go
just
for
here
it.
you go. Yeah, this
Go
is what's happening. And you know, we blog about anything and everything. And it's not even all about furniture. I mean, I blogged about the construction workers a couple weeks ago out in front of our store. And people really resonate with that, and it's super easy for them to share. It's super easy for them to say, I completely identify with what you're saying. Does it have anything to do with my business most of the time? No. But people want to visit. It's just like our ladies group. You know, we've kind of lost in this social media age sitting down and having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people sign up for. Once we get them in the door, they're usually here about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You guys know, you've been here 3 times.
You have a great atmosphere here. It's splendid.
You know, it's one of the things that people want more than business. If you like my stuff, you're going to buy it regardless.
Yeah.
But they also want to buy into you. You know, you're selling yourself as much as you're selling your furniture or your pretties or anything else.
Yeah.
And if people like you, they're going to want to come in and you know, hang out at your place.
I think we should make a quote out of that. You sell yourself as much as you sell your business. People really do buy into what your brand stands for, into who you stand for, more than just a service you offer. I think that was great. Yeah.
The blog has made all the difference. It's one of the reasons I don't like Instagram as much.
Oh,
because
I can see that.
They don't care how windy I am that day. That got so many characters I'm working with on there, and so I usually just post a picture of whatever we're blogging about and be like, hey, check out the Facebook page if you want to read about this, because they like to cut me off.
And that's another little tip, is that given that Facebook allows you now to post an extended amount of characters, you can post a whole blog content, right? So if you're ever wondering some content ideas or some things, if you're ever wondering about some things that would bring about more engagement, utilize the amount of characters that you do have, right? And really take advantage of that. You don't just have to do blogs, right? You can talk about personal experiences, customer testimonials, but just take the time and make full use of the tools and what you're given. Right, because you can't do the same thing on Instagram. And so this is really one of the points where you can excel at, is that if you have more content, make it relevant to your certain platform. So you wouldn't really be posting a lot of extended testimonials and extended content on Instagram as you would on Facebook.
Right.
So I think that just falls on to the balance of each social media platform, really making sure it's relevant. And being relevant means that it's the right time and it's the right place. You're not posting Facebook content for Instagram, and vice versa.
Well, Facebook will tend to give you more of an outreach on your organic posts like that anyway, and especially if you blog about something that, a lot of people are, like when we hosted a family who was displaced by the flood. I mean, we had so much reach in that because it was what everybody in the country was talking about.
Yeah.
And Facebook has these algorithms now that they'll, pick and choose what they show and what they don't. And, I will tell you that if I'm down, views on our page for the week or something, a blog fixes it every time.
Yeah.
Because people want to, if I hear one more time, you need to write a book. I don't want to write a book. I just want to tell you a story once a week.
You should write a book.
Oh my goodness.
You should write a book.
That'd be awful.
It'd be a good book.
Oh.
Very, very insightful book, I think. Serious.
Huh.
I'd read it.
Okay. I can't imagine where that would start and end up. Man. Good Lord.
Oh, okay. Great stuff. Now just a little overview, kind of what we talked about. What are some of the trends that you see currently going on in social media and as far as business and social media? Not really about social media usage, but just business dealing with social media. How do you see that coming along?
I think that if you don't have social media and you have a business, you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
Everybody my age and younger, the first thing they look up on Facebook is if they're if I know I'm going to go to a restaurant, I'm going to look that restaurant up, see their Facebook page, see what their hours are, where their phone, get driving directions. I mean, those are it's like the yellow pages now. Nobody has a phone book anymore. But to me personally, Facebook is phone book.
Yeah.
And I can instantly message them if I have a question about their product, or if I have a question on pricing, and it's a direct link to those. I don't know. I just think that I hear so many people that are just, I don't do Facebook. You have to do Facebook.
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to do some type of social outreach because the majority of people do spend more time now with interacting with technology than they actually do talking to real people. So it's just a matter of going to where your customers and clients would be. And also, one great thing is that if you already have a valuable service, right? If you create a social media or if you do social media outreach, you then allow your fans to be able to share their appreciation for your service and for your work, like so many of Jamie's fans have been able to do. Her Facebook page is amazing, right? And that's because her fans can really connect with her and really show them their appreciation. And she brings out valuable content as well. So we've been talking about some social media strategies, social media tips. We touched a little bit on Instagram, but we mostly focused on Facebook. And you have a really good outreach strategy, right? You do your social media really well. Your brand identity really stands out. And so the question that I would have is, how do you keep up with your social media education, and how do you keep up staying in the know, in the now?
There's a couple business groups I belong to that will give you a taste of some of the changes like Facebook will throw at you. Like a lot of people don't realize if you say like, comment, and share, your posts don't get seen. That period. If that's a Facebook deal. There's a robot now that kicks your stuff out. So, and I keep seeing, somebody sharing something that I'm not quite sure how they saw, because I still like the page and I never saw it. But so I will get the gist through my groups that I belong to that something's coming up or there's going to be some kind of a change, and then I'll do the research. Because if you aren't in the know of what's happening on Facebook and what's going to get seen and what's not going to get seen and keywords that they're kicking out now, you're dead in the water. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the reasons why keeping up on it is so important. We only have 1,490 something likes, but we have enough of a reach that we actually have top fans now.
Yeah, your engagement more than doubles that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, almost triples it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you know what you're doing on social media, and people buy you for what they can see it if you're not real. I guess is what we keep getting. You guys are relatable. Yeah. Well, we are, because it's messy. Life is messy, and we don't pretend it's not. You're gonna walk in and find me underneath something, and I'm gonna be covered in cobwebs. Yeah. That's just how it's gonna be when you come down here. You're never gonna see me sitting behind the desk not doing something. I'm probably binge watching something on Netflix and filthy. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. And I have people that come here because they're comfortable coming here because of it. I think that's why staying on top of the trends is so important. But there's also things besides just the trends that are important. Yeah. Like, we do a ladies group where we just, for an hour every Thursday, we sit and visit. It's free. You literally do nothing but show up and shut your phone off. That's the only rule we have.
Yeah.
And you visit, and it's literally like free therapy.
So you provide a lot of value to the community. That's where it starts off from. Before you, especially one thing I see that you do really well, before you even take, is you're not even looking to take. But before you do some type of deal or transaction, you always have to offer value first, right? So just because you have to like, share, and comment, and subscribe, doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen, because what value are you offering?
Right.
And you take it a step further. You do a lot of community outreach, and you just take it upon yourself to actually help people out in the community.
Well, one of the things we got, even we call it our misfit holiday, because my husband and child and I are alone almost every holiday, and so we decided to start opening our doors, and we feed anybody in the community who else is alone.
Yeah.
And the feedback we keep getting is why would you do that? What are you getting out of it? We get absolutely nothing out of it other than we have more people at our table on a holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, will these people eventually show up and buy something? Maybe they won't. But maybe we gave them a place to go.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's what everybody wants, and that's what we strive for down here. Is making awesome things is the best thing ever. I have the best job, I'm not gonna lie, and I say that regularly. I mean, I get to play with paint all day long. I get to make ugly things pretty, but it's more than that. It's giving. Everybody wants someplace to go.
Yeah.
And if you want to come here and have your coffee or have your lunch and sit in our pretty area that we always have, it might look different because we've sold the furniture out of there, but we'll always have a sitting area. You can come here. And our Facebook page portrays that. We have girls that come over here and eat their lunch. We have students that come over here and they study. And I give them our Wi-Fi password because you know what? It's a lot quieter over here than it is across the street at the coffee shop that's busy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, this summer it's been a little quieter on that front because everybody's home for the summer, but it'll pick up real soon here.
Wow.
So when you put that stuff as content on your Facebook page, people sign up for it because not a lot of businesses welcome people to come and loiter. I mean, that's basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
Always on my posts, come and hang out, come and hang out. And it always surprises me when people show up to hang out. I had girls that I had a couple girls a couple weeks ago that took the afternoon off to come and hang out. They literally sat and watched Dr. Phil with me while I painted a dresser.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome.
Nice.
And they bought stuff while they were here. But I didn't care if they didn't. I figure if I'm here, you might as well be here. Some place to go and some place that's different. And we are extraordinarily different than any business in Lincoln.
No, you really are. Just apart from the social media and all that, you do a great job of keeping your own identity aligned with your company's identity. Like I said, if you haven't, please take a chance to stop by House of Reitz. Not only their Facebook page, but actually stop by the location. It's a great atmosphere here. Real authentic people such as Jamie really shows you, business is really here for the people. We're really here for the community. But yeah, without further ado, I'll pass it on to Jamie to kind of finish this up for us.
Well, I just like to thank you guys for the opportunity to get out there and get our message out that, social media is so important, but people are as equally as important.
Thanks, yeah.
And if you take care of them, they're going to take care of you. So come on down. We're here Wednesday through Saturdays, 10 to 5. And I'll probably be full of paint. So, the coffee's always on here.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this short little interview. FrontRow Digital wants to showcase one of our local businesses that we support, not only for their business itself, but for their online presence. And House of Reitz is a great establishment. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.